Field Division 2. It's been a while since we jumped into this game, and we're going to be playing as the Panzer Grenadier Regiment here against the Soviet Guards Regiment, of course. I'm going to go ahead and just do an auto deployment here. It's been quite a while since I have played, and I think the AI will have a pretty good idea of how to set up. So, yeah, this is actually excellent. We've got AT guns here. We've actually got some Panzer Grenadier units, which we can set up in buildings, etc. I might go ahead and immediately unload that MG42 over here as soon as we can. Actually, somewhere over there. And we'll do the same with the Panzer Grenadier unit. I'm just going to unload them over here. We'll move a few more of these guys through the battle and, of course, bring in replacements. But let's go ahead, launch the battle, and see how we do starting off. Now, the MG42 here as well, I'm going to also unload just to make sure that we have machine gun coverage all over the damn place pretty much. That Pak 40 should be unloaded as well. And the same with the machine gun. Now, the enemy does have actual air units. It's got me worried, especially since one of their units is called the Guards Bomber Regiment. So it's almost certainly going to be some sort of aerial regiment, and that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. We've got some allies working with us as well. I'm not sure how they're going to perform in battle, though. So here we go. First, Soviet tank group, or just Soviet group, period. What do I mean? Tank group. I hope it's not a tank group. Let's see how our men respond to it here. Should be in machine gun range fairly soon, actually. Come on, baby. Unload the MG42. We are ready to fight. We're going to do the same with the Panzer Grenadiers because they're going to be dealing with advancing Soviet units here. They have gained a foothold. That is not what we wanted at all. What we should have done, actually, is to send some units over there. Shame on me. We should have sent some infantry units into that city. Or town, anyway. So let me get Panzer Grenadier Führer. Of course, we've got these guys under fire. They seem to have some pretty nice AT positions. Luckily, we don't have much in the way of tanks. So hopefully we can kind of overwhelm them just with this. But I do want to get the scouts out, make sure that they have visuals on all these enemy units, and if possible, even bring in some artillery. I think that would be really, really helpful here. With the Commandant, we'll unload here at this position and just continue the fight. I'm going to try to unload... Oh, shame on me. I was going to try to unload them in the town here, but what I will do is push forward with this unit. I'm also going to push forward with the MG42. Get some pretty heavy fire on these Soviets. Now, this game is set in 1944, so as you can imagine, things are going pretty badly for the Germans, and our main job is to just hold existing positions, of course, not let the Soviets move any closer. Good shot by the AT gun there, the Pak. Absolutely wasted that vehicle before he even got into position. I want to go ahead and grab some additional infantry. Let's go to the Compagnie. So this is just a standard rifle squad, but I think quite useful. We're going to push them into the town. Got an enemy sniper team there. That's no good. It could be Vasily Zaitsev himself for all we know, but we've got to do something about it. So we don't have a line of sight currently. We're going to try to get close. Another issue is that a lot of enemies have gotten over here into our allies' lines. That's going to make things quite difficult for us. But look at this. We've actually got a mortar that we could bring. I'm going to put him on this side of the woods so we could fire at the sniper. Come on, boys. We're going to unload our unit and get these Panzer Grenadiers into the building. Look at that firing as they're moving. A lot of enemy units right there, actually. Quite a lot of Guards infantry. Trying to get behind them would be very helpful, of course. Come on, come on. We need that Führer Batterie to also be working overtime. And I'm going to try to move forward with the MG, but I think it's kind of almost impossible. Get out here with the Panzer Grenadier Führer unit and get into the building. Oh man, a lot of Soviet fire over here in the marshes. They might even take out that unit before he gets a chance to really shine. Now, where are those reinforcements? They are arriving. Same is true for our mortar. He's trying to get here on time, but the enemy's doing a great push over here, and I don't like that. Especially with the enemy AA, or I should say the enemy air units. We might need to try to actually get some AA. I'm not sure if we're able to, though. I'm gonna bring in another mortar. So that's what we really need to fire at. And you can see a bunch of enemy vehicles approaching. Actual Studebaker trucks. Thanks a lot, Lend-Lease. Might as well go ahead and unload that pack gun. I was going to save it for a special time, but you know what? I think now is going to be the time for sure. We don't have anything in terms of AA, so it's going to be tough to really do much about that. Being said, we are getting into the position here with the Panzer Grenadiers, hoping to actually get into the town. They're destroying their own town here by firing at us, but no matter. And we'll unload at position there. Ooh, we actually got some enemy infantry here, so I am going to unload one of these, just to make sure we can keep them off any units, any vehicles traveling into town. Let's get two of them, actually. And this guy I'm going to unload at position once again at the church. Alright. Pack gun is also firing there at the enemy, and we have retaken this location. That's what I care about. Otomachki. Get them, Mena. Glad we got both of these units out here, because we need a bit of a numbers advantage. Let's see if we can get some machine guns as well. That would be very useful right now. MG42. Get another MG42. As far as I can tell, they don't have armor, just like us. But look, this is also bad. See, the enemy's pushing through our allies' line. We can't really watch our ally at the same time, but we're going to be forced to. So let's go ahead and move forward with some men. Let's unload the mortar. And I want to see if we can hit this guy. It says it's very hard to hit him. So the trajectory might be a bit off. We might want to get even closer. We also have to move some infantry into those woods. The Soviets are pushing all around the damn place, and they do have that air support, which I'm sure makes things a lot easier. Let's get an MG42 in here. And then let's just get some standard Kompanie Panzer Grenadier units. Boom. We're just going to have to push through the woods and carry out an attack, pretty much. Right here, this should be good. Let's unload. Actually, let's get this guy over here so he can fire at the town. We can see the enemy has taken the town back. In fact, we might want to move this mortar over here. The point is, we are just going to have to focus our infantry all over the place. I'm actually going to have this guy unload at position there. This MG42. We'll actually try to get him into town, although it seems like a pretty difficult thing to do. In fact, I'm going to start pushing these Panzer Grenadier units forward. They destroyed the Otomachki, but now they're getting hit by all sorts of artillery fire. Let's get some more of these. Let's see if we can push into this enemy area. It does seem like we're pushing them back a bit, which is great. I'm actually going to unload one of our units here, just to be safe. We've got a ton of units here, actually. We'll send some of them this way, we'll send some of them that way, and just retake these points. And these battles can take a very long time, as you can imagine. I hope that they're going to be able to actually pick up targets from here, because the enemy is in the woods. So maybe no, maybe they can't. They can at least fire up the road. Oh yeah! Gotta try and take this battlefield back. It's not gonna be easy. Immediately gonna send my guys into these buildings, but the rest of the Panzer Grenadiers, of course, just have to push forward. Try to make it to this camp right here. That looks like an important area to take. And getting this MG42 set up would be amazing. Over here behind the barbed wire, for instance. I'm going to try to set him up over here. Oh, man. Immediately taken out. Never mind. Let's just unload. I could see why these guys also got out at this area. Yeah, we're going to have to probably bring in some additional troops just for this location here. Alright, let's unload our mortar. No. Just unload. Oh yeah, and now we can actually see the sniper. So this is a good opportunity to take him out quickly. As for the Panzer Grenadier units, I am going to send them over here. So let's unload at position right there. But they are going to be attacking the town. Here we go. Look at this. My goodness, a lot of enemies here. We're going to have to get out of those vehicles or they're going to be destroyed and just attack full force. We'll completely cut them off here, but either way, they're not gonna be cut off because they've got a bunch of units over here too. Just a hell of a fight though, a versus fight. And are those partisans? No, standard units. Come on, men. At least we've got that building. We need to try and hold it. I'm gonna send this Panzer Grenadier unit forward. Look at all the contacts we're having here. It's just incredible. Boom. Definitely you're gonna have to bring in some additional units. Look at this. Absolutely crazy. In pretty much any units I can bring in there, I will, just because of the overwhelming force of the enemy. And the Soviets are pushing here too. You know, it's tough to hold this line, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is tough. Forward. We must take the fight to the enemy. Go, men. Feuer. And now we need to start bringing in some additional infantry to this location, I think. Panzer Grenadier Führer, that's not what we need. We need the standard Panzer Grens. Let's go. Cutting them off here, though, would be very good. And it looks like we did win this fight with the Soviets. But they're retreating to that location, which is a location we do need to take as well. So I'm going to go ahead, get as close as I can there, and try to retake it. Because by taking that, we could cut them off, cut these units off, and really, really do a tremendous amount of damage. In fact, let's unload right now with that mortar. Fire! Oh, never mind. Let's just fire at the very easy ones. I hope we spot them, though. It's impossible to hit them, so I'm going to try to bring this infantry over. Come on, there's so many of them as well. We could really use the support. Alright, it looks like our MG42 has arrived. There's definitely enemy infantry here, but right now I'm focused entirely on these guys. Let's bring in another Panzer Grenadier unit, and with this Panzer Gren, we're going to go ahead and run along the field here. So pretty much just trying to retake all of these different positions. In fact, I'm going to start targeting that location with the mortars. Feuer! Panzer Grenadier units. We'll put them over here. And I'm actually just going to try to unload a position. I think it's doubtful that we get there, but we need to try. Oh, no. No. Yeah, we need to stay right here. They're here already, trying to retake this area. We can only do our best, men. We can only do our best. We're at least taking the central area, and I am going to try to take the fight there to the snipers. But easier said than done, really. I mean, this is not an easy situation. They're all over the damn place, as you can see. They're actually overrunning us here. I didn't expect them to make it this far, this early on. Let's grab another company here. Not much in the way of standard infantry anymore, guys. We're down to MGs and commander units. It ain't gonna be easy, I'll tell you that much. Let's get another Panzer Gren. Just look at all of those enemies there. Now, given some time, we would certainly be able to put up a hell of a fight and maybe even turn the tide, but we don't have enough time, and our ally is not holding this position here, so we're simply losing too quickly. And that's an aspect of this game I really love, is the ability to cut the enemy off. So important in battle, of course. Let's unload. Unload. Oh, that's... We'll bring in whoever we can. At this point, it really is down to the last few men. That is the position we find ourselves in. Let's unload a position with this guy. It looks like we've got some Soviets here. So we'll try to get here, but I'm guessing they'll probably ambush us before we make it to the location. Let's push forward with the Commandant. Again, we're down to the Commandant himself. He's a World War I veteran, so he knows what he's doing. Push forward with the Panzer Grenadiers to retake the point, although we are neglecting this point by pushing them forward, but it has to be done. It really does. Go, boys. Okay, Commandant, fire. Yeah, it's not going to be easy for the Commandant. It's not looking so hot. The swamp is also not a great location. And we are going to have to deal with a bunch of these artilleries, or just various different Soviet units, before we can comfortably take this area, let's say. In fact, I'm going to unload this MG42 here just to be safe. Just to have the feeling of actually having the location. Now, having taken those locations back, things are looking a little bit better, but you know just how quickly this game can turn. And with our lack of troops, I don't think we're going to be holding on much longer. Alright, MG42, good location right here. We can actually see up the road. Take one of these OUTSKIRTS and go over here, pretty much a scout unit. We definitely need some scouts to spot the rest of the enemy. And you know what? We might as well bring in the rest of the mortars too. Especially if we're going to have to hold out in one last location. Panzer Grenadier. And... there we go. This is really... we're down to the last few bits of hardware, pretty much. Just gonna put that MG42 in the building. And as you can see, objective loss. Never good, because they're retaking this area where, of course, the AI was. This is the tough part of playing the 2 versus 1 with the AI, is sometimes they don't perform as well as you'd like them to, but we also didn't have the right material. Had we had a few armored vehicles or tanks, I think this would have turned out to be a very different battle. That being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you like these infantry battles that seem to take forever to resolve, or do you prefer like a more, you know, like balanced fight with tanks, air units, etc. on both sides? Let me know, seriously, guys. Oh mein Gott.
Marschformation. Der ist hinüber. Einsatzbereit.
Fire. At least we can see them even at this distance. I guess we'll just bring in a Panzerschreck unit. They do have actual machine guns, so maybe they'll function a little bit like an infantry unit. I can't say for sure, though. Okay, there we go. Love seeing those mortars outgoing. We're going to do the same with this mortar unit, see if we can't score a few kills here. Should fire over here at this area. Look at how quickly they destroyed that Akflawa. Love to get an additional machine gun here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Bring in the mortars. Have as much support as we can get. And you can see our men calling in mortar support, but it's going to come in, I think, a little too late for them. Oh, yeah. Soviets are breaking through the woods in all locations. It's exactly the kind of attack I sort of imagined it to be. Let's load at position. Must counterattack to push the enemy back. Of course. Oh, look at that. They have retaken those locations. Push forward with Panzerschrecks. Just any unit that can fight at this point. And even the vehicles are falling back. I don't think it's Katyushas, but they're definitely firing some sort of artillery at us. Could just be standard artillery there. But pretty heavy standard artillery. Come on, boys, get in the building. It's our last stand, pretty much. Some of them are actually running low on ammunition, but I don't think our last stand's going to be very good, considering we just have 2 units in these Panzerschreck units. 1 with a machine gun, an MP40, so he's got to be really brave and a really good fighter to be able to get one over on these guys. Let's go ahead and unload. At least we can start firing with our mortars. But right now all I'm going for is casualties. We pretty much want to increase casualties on the enemy side to make up for all the lost territory. After all, they're getting closer and closer to Berlin. And once they get there, I don't think we have much of a chance, honestly. It's a shame for this battle we didn't have air units or tanks, but it is what it is. A major defeat on the battlefield of Cell. Alright, well, I do want to see the kills and losses here. Let's take a look at the losses and the shooter. Interesting. It was definitely a fun little fight. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. 77 kills, 30 kills, 57 losses, 47 losses. Seems to check out. Thank you again for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.